going on? I'm making this video for the idiots, the Negroes, and Uncle Toms out there. And anybody else has been fooled by this phony ass election. I've been telling people for over 2 years that this is all a fraud, all BS. Because they need a man named Barack Hussein Obama to carry on with the wars and attack Iran for the you-know-who. And it rhymes with you-know-who. The Democratic primary, actually when Barack Obama first ran, that was all fake, all prearranged. He didn't just decide on a whim that he wanted to run. It's all prearranged. And all the infighting with Clinton, she was mad because she was supposed to have been the nominee. But again, it was all prearranged in the background. What she said was real, and what Bill Clinton said was real. But they worked out a deal in the background for the New World Order. People think the New World Order is fake. But you heard it out of Bush's own mouth. He said, we're looking for a new world order, and when we are successful, and we will be. It doesn't get any clearer than that. You probably regret saying that now. But anyways, it was all pre-planned. The Republican primary, that was all pre-planned. Theatrics. I'm not going to rehash what I said in the last video. This one's not even directed towards that Larry guy, who, to me, I think he's a complete fraud now, if not an Uncle Tom. This guy still doesn't see the light, and when people don't see the light, and they try to act like they're a free thinker, that means they must be on a take. So right now, I dismiss Larry. All he was doing was calling people names, but yet he was never able to challenge anybody point for point, fact for fact. And what I said about Obama being reelected, I'm not a prophet. I wasn't any prediction. That's just how I see it going. Because you can see, people like me, we could tell when the shit is phony. We can see the theatrics. Shit either just happens to line up on purpose, or you can just see that it was designed to line up on purpose. It's an act. You gotta understand this. It's a script. You're seeing the act in front of your faces. But some of us, like those stupid ass Negroes who cried over Obama, they see him get elected, then they want to cry. The biggest trick is, he is not one of you. So you shouldn't shed a tear for that. When one of your people, a descendant of slaves, becomes president, and he's not half white, then you can cry. But of course that'll never happen. Because after Obama, there won't be another one. It might be a Hispanic they put in office, but there won't be another a straight up black man. Because if his name, unless the name was Muhammad Akbar and he wasn't a Muslim, he's not getting into office. Now, this whole thing was theatrics. The Republican primary, each guy got their own chance. I mean, Mitt Romney wasn't a serious candidate. See, they set these guys up to lose. They know they're losing ahead of time. And if you're involved in local politics or whatever, there are certain mayors or whatever, they put up people to lose. Candidates that they know nobody's going to vote for. You can just look at New York State. What's this guy's name? Cuomo. They got so many of them, I keep forgetting this guy's name. Whatever the hell his first name is, Cuomo. That shit was all designed for him to win. He had no serious challenges, and the one challenger he had was a whacked out maniac, even though he was rich. but he was a whacked out maniac talking a bunch of outlandish things. But it was designed for him to win. Why? Because Cuomo did what Cuomo was supposed to do. Legalize the gayness. And open up New York for a new world order. Same thing in Connecticut with that governor. You notice how long it took for that race to be completed. The Republican guy should have won. Even though he had no prior experience, but I guess that's why they didn't want him in. Then your career politician gets in. After they manufacture some votes. That's the way this game works. Same thing with Obama. I saw it, that's why I wasn't surprised. That's why I called this thing way ahead of time. Years ahead of time. And that's why it's all documented. You can look at all my names, everything. All my comments. All documented. People like Larry, they think, black people go out and vote. I didn't even check the statistics, but I was looking at TV. They said something about 72% of the vote, they were white. I think they said something about 13% were black. Less than that were Hispanics. So, once again, the falsehood is out there. Black people don't elect Barack Obama. If all black people voted, Barack Obama doesn't get elected by black people. Let's get that straight. And stupid ass black males, they keep going to prison. Then they get their vote taken away from them. Dumbasses. But again, votes don't matter. The only time you should vote to be heard, or at least to, let it be known that you're participating in the system. Even though they're man and they don't want, come on, let's get real. They don't want any poor people electing somebody who's going to control the rich people's money. Let's get real. If you own a bank, are you going to elect somebody to be the president right off the street just because they talk the good game? I don't know. It's the same thing with Obama and the president. You're going to just let anybody off the street, even though the Constitution says you can come off the street, or you're going to let anybody just come off the street and become president and be in control of the money and the nuclear weapons? Get the fuck out of here. That's not happening. Why do you think they didn't have a lot of third-party candidates to debate? Because they didn't want the vote divided. See, this time in the election, they wanted to make sure that Barack Obama won clearly, just like Bush in his second term. Because, we all know Bush stole the election, but that's why in the second term they had to make it clear cut. There was no doubt about it that he was the winner. So there'd be no controversy. Same thing with this election in Obama, no controversy. He won by a landslide. Notice how Fox News, who's always critical of the man, they were trying to relate to the audience how overjoyed they were. Now we all must work together now. Why? Because right now all the BS, all the racism on the internet, racism on TV, all that was straight up theatrics. I know it's hard to believe that people will go all out, but when you have unlimited funds, you can go all out for that. All that was designed was to make black people and other so-called minorities go vote for Obama, even though he was already their chosen man. But your vote is a public opinion poll. So when you vote for him, that kind of lets you know, where they stand. And the other thing I have to add too, I always break down voting by race. I don't know about you, but when I vote, I don't see a card that says what race you are, unless they have the people checking your race secretively when you go in there. Other than that, I don't know how they get those stats. Unless, I guess when you register to vote, they take your ID and get it that way. But whatever the case is, they shouldn't be keeping those stats anyways. And it's actually racist and like Hitler's Germany for people to keep those type of stats. So anyways, this is all theatrics. Played out. No surprise whatsoever to me. And now I told people about all this beforehand. Year in advance. 2 years in advance. And they were like, no. We gotta do what we can to help Obama. I told them Obama hasn't done what he could to help the black man. That's not his job. His job is to go to war for the Jews. That's his job. And that will be done. And the black man will get left behind once again. Now again, Obama could go off script. If he goes off script and actually helps the black man, that's something that could be done. But of course, if he does that, unfortunately, he'll have to take his place alongside John Kennedy. If he does that. But if he stays on script, then the black man is fucked. There ain't no doubt about that. Again, the Bin Laden, Obama killed Bin Laden shit, that was some more bullshit. Fox News, the conservatives, the racists, they all go along with that. So they don't want to differ on that. Because if they differ on that, then that's going to lead to more questions. See, when people differ on things, people want to investigate shit. When you agree on shit, then that helps to shut up about the issue. You just accept it and move on. But when you disagree, people want to investigate. When people investigate, people bring out the truth. Don't forget that Navy SEAL Team 6. It's mysterious how they died like months after the Bin Laden so-called death. That's mysterious, right? It's not mysterious to people like me. They were killed to shut them up. Because in the future, if things happen, this is all, you see this pattern over and over and over again. People mysteriously die, witnesses of the JFK assassination, witnesses in the 9/11. It's non-stop. Jonestown, all types of shit. It's non-stop. They mysteriously die. So in the future, you can't ask them any questions. You know what questions you would have asked that Team SEAL Team 6? They would have gotten deep. That's why they came out with a book too. So the book is supposed to answer all the questions that you would have had for this deceased team. The questions you would have asked these people were to describe everything that happened. But if you notice in that Bin Laden compound, I didn't see any blood coagulation. I didn't see blood spatter that coincided with people being shot. That place wasn't even livable. You notice how they call it $1 million compound. That shit didn't even look like a $10,000 compound. That shit looked like an abandoned building. But everybody bought it. That's why I keep the video on another channel, but I'll put some of this up as I'm talking. That's why the shit, I'm good at deciphering the BS. The pictures they showed didn't make sense. When they tell 1,001 different stories on one thing, it's bullshit. The stories have to be plain and simple, not overly complex. When it's overly complex, they're lying. They're trying to cover up lies that didn't make sense. But some people, and this is not to Larry, this is the people after Synergy too, and other people in general who just can't see through the BS. They're very naive, or their minds are very limited in thinking. It happens to people. So, you just got to look at this and know that you've been put on. What can we do?